Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host, King Jill. Oh, I just wanted to tell you something about the people here, or how people here in America are. And I'm assuming there's somewhere around the world too, if you're not knowledgeable enough, right? So, we look at President Biden, right? And when you look at his popularity rate, and his popularity rate has gone down, right? And people say, oh, the inflation, gas prices, things that he has done, he has not done. What people forget to think is that inflation has nothing to do with him. Inflation's all over the world. The inflation has gone up in every part of the country, in every part of the world. So how is that? Why should that be? His popularity should go down. Gas prices is run by OPEC. You have people on both sides of the party, because the Democrats, when Donald Trump was president of the United States, Chuck Schumer called out President Trump and said he should have the gas prices lowering down. He's a Democrat, the top Democrat leader. But he knows that no president has a right, has the authority to do anything on oil prices. That's OPEC. That's run by OPEC. That's run by the price of barrel. If the barrel of oil goes up, gas goes up. Supply and demand. We didn't get too much. The oil gas prices went down to COVID because not too many people weren't driving. So you're not going to produce as much because you're going to be wasting oil. You're going to be wasting product. So you lower the price. The price of barrel goes down. That's plain and simple. That's common sense. So people tend to assume that just because all these things are happening, that's the president's fault. No, it's not the president's fault. There's only so much a president of any country, especially this one, can do. Right? Talk about his popularity. No one is talking about how the economy has gone back up, how the economy is going up, but through inflation people don't see it. But people don't see beyond what the media says. Right? And if you're so fixated and you cannot think of your own, this is what you will believe. So people don't see how the economy has gone up, unemployment has gone down, the child tax credit was gone up. He had for the first 6 months of his presidency, people came out of poverty because he was doing this the $300 month the $300 a month check for kids. Now the Democrats, the Republicans didn't want to extend that, but yet they gave those more than $1 billion to Ukraine, right? But I'm not saying anything from Ukraine, but just think about that. So those people that came out of poverty are back in poverty because that money was helping, and it was helping the economy. Yet they talk about the student loan debt. How he promised that he was going to remove the student loan debt, and they don't see that he has removed, above any president of the United States, he has removed a lot. I think it's over $107 billion in student loan debts through different programs. Unfortunately, he cannot do everything in 1 year. And I'm not advocating for him. I'm advocating for the president of the United States, whomever he or she is, from whatever party. Okay? So, you cannot get things done in 1 year. Things get done through a long period of time. You can have this president, you can have this country running back in the next 4 or 5 years. Could be less, maybe, but that's 4 or 5 years. Nothing gets done in the first 4 years because you have a divided House. And the House of Representatives, Congress is the one that decides what goes on. Not the president. He just signs it because the president can veto a bill and Congress can just go up and, you know what, you vetoed it, but we're going to take it up anyway. It's been done before. So for any president to have success, you have to have bipartisan. And if you don't have bipartisan, or if you don't have the majority of the House, there's not much you're going to do, because no matter how good of a president you are, you could be the best Republican there is in the world, and not a Democrat will back you up. And you will be the best Democrat there is in the world, and not one Republican will back you up. Or very few. Because these senators, they don't understand that when they get chosen for their state. They're supposed to represent their state. Congress is supposed to do the whole entire United States of America. You know how it goes. So they don't care. They forget that they took an oath. They just want money. They want money. And as long as the pharmaceuticals are up there, The NRA is up there, and people are paying for their campaign. And you have black market, and you have black money running around, and you have these monies floating on campaigns that you cannot tie them down because I saw on the last campaign in Florida, someone ran, that person won, but that person never existed. So they poured money into a campaign. That person never showed up to a campaign. No one knows anything about this person. It was a woman, the woman's name. This woman never showed up to any campaign. This woman they never showed her face in the campaign, but they put her name in the ballot. They did all the requisites that was supposed to be done, and that person won. But they didn't win because that person never showed up. So whatever the case may be, that's shadow money, and that the United States has to take responsibility, has to do something about that, because you don't know who's the one who's doing these things. And when that happens, that it takes away votes from other candidates, from legitimate candidates who want to do good for this country. You know, there are 3 senators, the Republican senators, that I do like. Kissinger's one. The one from Wyoming, I forgot her name. The one that they voted out because she won against Trump. There are another one, and they're good for the people. And those are Republicans, and those are senators that we need. Whether it doesn't matter what party you're in. That's why I don't vote. Not that I don't vote. This is why I don't believe in politics, because once they get into once they get into office, they do their own little things. Then you have these big companies, these corporate companies, buying these senators, whether it's male or female, and that's where everything breaks down. You know, when you're buying this, you know, oh, pass me this bill and I'll fund your campaign. And that's how it all gets done. And you get caught up in you get caught up in all that bullshit, and that's no good. You know, that's why prices of medications here in the United States is so high, because companies like Pfizer's pay the campaigns for these idiots, and that's how they win. Money talks, bullshit walks. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, the Republicans were saying that Biden, they were lashing out on Biden because Biden didn't say anything about Will Smith incident on the Oscars. What the fuck does he have to talk about that shit for? That's nothing to do with the United States of America. What is position in that, or what is he going to say, or what? It has nothing to do with it. He wasn't voted to give opinion on what these people do. He was voted to better this country. That's what he was voted for. Plain and simple. What happens in the United States, like gun violence, but because Will Smith smacked Chris Rock and he didn't say anything, or he kept his opinion to himself, he's a bad president. I mean, come on. I mean, there are more important things in this country that needs to be resolved, or in this entire world, should I speak, and to think about the smack that Will Smith gave. And I will give you my opinion on that smack. Like I said it before, Chris Rock didn't do anything wrong. All right? Chris Rock's joke had nothing to do with Jada Smith's disorder. Has nothing to do with that. Jada Smith's been bald for a while now. Not because of that. She's done movies bald. She feels comfortable being bald. And she set it off. She was bald and set it off. She's been doing like this. So maybe she doesn't like Chris Rock, because Chris Rock roasted her a few years ago in 2016 when he had that white suit on, and there was no problem then, right? So if he would have said something about her condition and he joked about it, then I would have realized it. And even then, if he made that remark, you go backstage and you talk to Chris Rock. You say, yo, I didn't like this. If you want to smack Chris Rock in the backstage, then you smack Chris Rock backstage. But you don't do that in public in front of millions of people. That's just not look right. You know, you're supposed to represent. People have, I would never do something disrespectful, because even though I'm not big in YouTube, I don't have this following in YouTube, but I would never do that, because I do have people that do follow me, the small people that do follow me, and some of you guys have respected me, and I would never go out that bound and disrespect. I would never do a naked picture outside. I would never do, I would never do that because that's not me. I would never ruin my reputation doing something like that. And then have the people who are watching me say, well, King Gio, we thought you were this. I don't want to. I don't give no facade. So what you see is what you get. But it is what it is, and I would never do that. And if I had a problem with, this is the street, so the street's nothing. And if I wasn't in the street, but if I had that notoriety that Will Smith does, or some sort of notoriety in the YouTube community, I would never do that. I would step to the person aside. I would tell the person, we speak somewhere else. Too many cameras. I don't want to embarrass you. I don't think this is right. Blah blah blah. If you want to apologize, you apologize. If you don't, you don't. We gotta go hands. We gotta go hands. But I'm not gonna put my hands on you because no. That's just stupid. And to the President of the United States, make a speech on that and waste time on that. No, he should not. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Do you like the beard? I'm trying to get this crap real white up to here. I shaved up to here the other day, but this part I wanted to look a little bit. Because I'm good looking anyway, you know what I'm saying? But this don't show the 50 years old that I have. But I've been having white hair since my 30s. But I want to get this all white. I look sexy.